friends, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the very anticipated Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Yes girl, it's that time. First of all, can we start off by noticing the luxurious packaging? It's like, ooh, she is very seductive, if I could say so myself. I mean, look at that. That is vanity worthy. This is something that you would want to keep on top of your vanity forever and ever and ever. So when we open this beautiful palette, we reveal an awesome assortment of rainforest colors. I don't know why I have it in my head that this palette reminds me of a rainforest. I think it has to do a lot with obviously the greens in here right in the middle. There's a lot of neutrals in this palette, a lot of neutrals I have not seen, such as these camel looking colors. I personally don't own camel colors that look like these, but one thing that I do want to say about this eyeshadow palette is that this is something that's different, something that it's not out on the market yet, except for, of course, a lot of you have seen the Natasha Denona mini eyeshadow palette that pretty much looks exactly like this. I don't know if there's a little shady going on there, but Urban Decay came out with this first, I think. Don't quote me. So let's dig into a few of these colors here. I want to try on some of the mattes first. So I'm going to dig into Swarm, Keeper, which is this really pretty camel color I'm talking to you guys about. And what else? Let's go into Sting, which is the darkest chocolatey matte eyeshadow that's in this palette. And this is the perfect chocolatey brown shade. All right, let's try to do some good swatches. I'm notorious for doing bad swatches. So I'm gonna give it a good press and yeah. They came out pretty nice. So this is what we're looking like. The matte swatched perfectly. They swatched like a dream. I feel very excited and impressed by the mattes immediately just because they are very creamy. And if I try to blend them, do you see that? They're blending in really nicely, but still keeping their color. So I'm really excited about trying on the mattes. Let's swatch some of these wonderful shimmers they put in here. For shimmers, I think I want to go into HBIC, which if you don't know, that's something that Tiffany New York, who is an amazing reality star, she would always say that when she was in shows. She would be like, I am the HBIC, which stands for head bitch in charge. And I love her. Her character is out of this world. Anyways, HBIC, and then Queen, which is that stunning rainforest green, and lastly Honey, which is the green that's smack in the middle of the palette and which we all love. And immediately I'm getting some serious pigment, like chromed out pigment that I really like. So for swatches, ready, 1, 2, 3, and we're going down. See that? That is worthy of a 10. I don't usually give out 10s, but the shimmers, the quality of these shimmers are exasperating. If that's even a word, I don't know, maybe I just came up with a word, but they're just vibrant and bold and in your face. They are everything that you would want from a shimmer or a pigment. I'm not really sure what these are, but let's stop with the talking and get into our makeup tutorial so you guys can see how the mattes apply, how the shimmers apply, and how they all blend in together. Also, live swatches will be happening at the end of the video, so make sure to stick around for that. All right, so first things first, I'm going to take the color Flyby and I'm going to pick up my Urban Decay brush here. I'm going to take the flat side and I'm going to grab some of Flyby, tap off the excess product, and I'm going to apply that right on my brow bone. So this can be my matte. It's not a matte, it's more like a sheen color brow highlight. Yeah, and see that packing it down will give me a lot more intensity here. It's already showing up super good, which makes me very excited. Great, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's looking really good. And next up, I'm going to dig into my transition shade, which is going to be the shade Sweet. And I'm going to pick up a nice fluffy brush, a nice big old blending brush, to make sure that Sweet, my transition shade, covers quite a bit of my upper eyelid. And start with small circles, just like that. Bam. That was pretty much all it required, was one layer of this product and a little bit of good blending, and your transition shade is on. I will say though that I'm noticing just a tad bit of fallout. I'm not sure if you can really capture it, but even though Sweet showed up really nicely on my eyelid, I did get a little bit of fallout. So do be careful. I feel like you really only need a little bit of product to get the intensity that you want. This is my second layer. I really wanted the transition shade to stick out a little bit more, and I am super duper happy with how this is looking. Next, I'm going to be picking up Keeper, and for this, I'm going to be using the brush that came with the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette because this guy has a really nice slim shape to it. So I'm going to very carefully pick some of this up with my slim brush here. Okay, and immediately is showing up really nicely, as you can see here. I'm having no problem blending or getting the vibrancy that I want from this color. I love the camel desert looking shade to this. It's also blending super easily into our transition shade, which was Sweet. It's looking pretty good, guys. Awesome, guys. So for my favorite part, this is always my favorite part, I'm going to be picking up some of this color. It's called Honey, which is the most vibrant shade in this beautiful, beautiful palette. It's the one that sticks out the most. It's this vibrant, beautiful, bright green right in the middle, right smack down in the center. I'm going to start by using my fingertip, and I'm going to pick some of this up. This is amazing. I love this. All right. So I'm gonna start taking this, and this is pretty awesome already. You can start to see the color right away. Like you don't even have to build this color. Check that out. Right away, it's giving you some party. So I'm going to use the flat end of the brush that came in with the palette, and I'm going to pick up more of the shade Honey, and it's not really picking up any color. Or just kidding, I think it did. It's really gonna get in there. Guys, this color is freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay, and using the fluffy side of the brush that came in the palette, I'm going to diffuse the edges. Blend them out, girl. And now that that's done, I'm going to take the next darkest green shimmer, which in this case is going to be Queen, and I'm going to pick it up using, again, the flat side of the brush here that came with this palette. And the reason I'm using a brush is because I want this to be placed as precisely as possible. So Queen will go on my outer corner here, my lower outer corner. I almost want Honey to transition into Queen. So I'm going to place and extend. Do you see how I'm pressing and then extending? So it's almost like I am placing and blending at the same time. When I turn it over, use my fluffy side and just give it a nice wiggle. Maybe I want to pick up some more of that camel color Keeper to retouch this area up here, which I really want it to be nice and almost like a sunset. Like I said before, we want to create a rainforest. All right, guys, so now that I'm finished with the top, let's go ahead and finish the bottom. And I'm going to pick up Keeper one more time using a fluffy but a little bit flat brush. And these are MSQ brushes that I'm using. They are my favorite Amazon brushes, and I will go ahead and put a link down below if you're interested in buying cheap but yet really, really awesome brushes. Okay, so I picked up a little bit of that, and let's go ahead and apply this kind of low on the lash line, bottom lash line, just like that. I'm gonna blend, 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 blend. Okay, it came out a little patchy, but that was my fault, not gonna lie. See, it's already looking a little bit better with my second layer. And lastly, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Stain, which is the darkest chocolatey color that's right up here, and I'm going to be using a nice little smudging brush, just a regular smudging brush, and I'm gonna pick a little bit of that up, and that's going to go right on my bottom lash line, almost in my waterline, but not in the waterline. That would hurt a lot. Okay, so this thing is super pigmented. I have to be very careful with the fallout here. Ooh, Hante. Hante, Hante. Okay, so I'm gonna try to diffuse this as much as I can, picking up a little bit more of my camel color Keeper. Maybe I can diffuse the very edge of this. Oh yeah, she's bold. Pretty. Oh yeah. And that does it for this video, my friends. Thank you so very much for watching. If you liked this video and enjoyed it, don't forget to drop me a like and also consider subscribing. I like to post new weekly videos all about the makeups. Like always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.